All right, so Candace Owens and Erica Kirk have had their meeting. It lasted 4.5 whole hours, which is insane to me, and I'll get into what I think took place during this whole thing. But before we jump into this video, just a quick reminder to like this video and to subscribe to the channel as well. All right, so let's take a look at what Erica said after everything. Everyone was wondering on Twitter, is Candace okay? Did she make it out alive? Well, yeah, Candace is fine. Everybody's fine, obviously. If you were honestly worried for Candace Owens' own safety, then maybe you need to be looking into your own sanity, because there was clearly no risk for her whatsoever. But let's go ahead and jump right into this. So Erica Kirk here saying, had a very productive conversation with Candace Owens. More to come from both of us. Looking forward to AmFest this week. Time to get back to work. So very kind of general tweet that she put out there, and really just kind of just says, okay, you know, this is something that happened and really not that big of a deal. But as usual, everyone was waiting for Candace Owens to actually chime in on this whole thing. So she had to say, Erica and I had a very extremely productive 4.5 hour long meeting that I think we both feel should have taken place a lot earlier than it did. We agreed much more than I anticipated. Of course, we also disagreed on various points, and people as well. Most importantly, we were able to share intel and clarify intent, which is quite interesting there. But I'll go on, and she goes on to say, I will of course have a full rundown for you all tomorrow, as I am currently exhausted, but I wanted to quickly let you guys know that absolutely nothing was held back, and the immediate result was that tensions were thawed. So this is what has happened. Now, reading this, going through it, seems to me like there was obviously a bit of concession that was made on Candace on her end. And honestly, I think it went the way that I was predicting in the last video. If you haven't watched that, my prediction leading up to this, check it out as well. But honestly, my thought is that I think Candace Owens out of this whole thing was the one that wound up having to concede. And I think it's because Erica played this very smart. She was very intelligent with this. That is my assumption on it. Because ultimately, for Candace Owens to come out and make a statement like this that is non-inflammatory, that is very generic, that's very kind sort of in that way, it would have to have been that Erica was able to get the high end on this. She had to have won this. And honestly, her followers see this exactly the same way. They see this as Candace losing. And that really is kind of probably what happened. So Jenny Robinson here has been one of Candace's craziest fans on Twitter, constantly going to bat with her. And I want to just see this because they're coping at this point about what's happening. So she says, biggest mistake of Candace's life was agreeing to that meeting. They obviously did something to her. She seems like her mind was messed with heavily. And that's what they're trying to go with now, is that they have in some way bribed her or manipulated her. And this is what the comments are saying here. We must continue seeking truth with or without her. Correct, is what she says after that. So this is what they're going to do. Her fans, the people in the audience that she has garnered, are all going to literally turn against her the second that she's not doing this stuff. And I knew this would happen because these are the people that she has kind of hyped up. She's incited them. She's, made them feel like there's something wrong going on. And I know that Erica probably presented Candace with a bunch of legal documents, because I doubt they sat there and talked for 4.5 hours. I'm pretty sure a lot of things were signed. I'm positive that things were presented, maybe a few lawsuits with credible evidence, maybe something going through all of the stuff that's going on. If you haven't seen it with Candace Owens and Blexit, there was a person that actually exposed her recently, saying that she essentially ran the entire organization into the ground, took a bunch of money out, was spending a ton of money on herself, not the organization, completely mismanaging it. I mean, everybody's talking about Discovery. That's a part of it too. Remember, TPUSA absorbed that. So whatever issues that Candace had during running Blexit is all part of TPUSA. It's their problem now. So that's what we're seeing here. So maybe there's a part of that going on too, but there was definitely a lot of stuff I'm sure that they talked about that was like, hey, you either back off or these are the consequences. So there is a pretty funny video. This is AI. It's not real. This is not something Candace Owens actually said, but it's still hilarious nonetheless. Check it out.
I know all you guys want to know what happened during my meeting with Erica, so here it goes. We met in Nashville because I didn't want to fly anywhere and have my plane shut down by Israel, so I told her to come here instead. She gets here, and first thing she does is she gives me some homemade cookies. And I'm like, bitch, I ain't eating those poison chocolate chip cookies. She tried to poison me. Anyway, I'm still alive after almost dying from the poisoned Israeli cookies, and we start talking. Then, you're not gonna believe what happened next. The waiter asks us if we want something to drink, but he's wearing the Star of David. So I'm like, I ain't about to drink no poisons lemonade from you, you Mossad agent. So anyway, I almost die again from Israeli lemonade poisoning. And Erica is like, I'll just have some water, please, which is obviously code for, you better kill this bitch right now. Am I right? So we talk, and she tells me I'm acting crazy or whatever. So I asked her to show me pictures of her of when she was younger. And she's like, why? So I'm like, oh my God, she doesn't have any. So I just discovered she's actually a man, and I'm now talking to this man who is probably an Israeli spy sent here to kill me. So I get up, I go to the bathroom, I dig a hole under the shitter like El Chapo, and I finally made it back to tell you guys the story and get paid millions by YouTube to keep you guys stupid and against Trump and Turning Point, because I'm just a piece of shit like that. Anyway, thank you for your views, retards.
So that's just one of the funny videos that came out, basically, because honestly, if it didn't really go well, that's what I would expect Candace to do. If Erica wasn't able to get her way through whatever the reasoning is, that's kind of what I would expect to hear. Honestly, it doesn't really seem all that crazy at this point. But let's be real. Candace has had repeated L's this entire time for the past several weeks. When we look at everything, this tweet here from Cinema Shogun saying, you know, her Egyptian plane theory got completely debunked. Somebody did an entire thing saying that literally the vast majority of what she was showing in the report, completely false, entirely doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Now, we know that she lied about the flight data, or at the very least manipulated it. And a previous employee that I just literally mentioned basically exposed her over the entire Brexit thing, talking about the fact that she was paying herself all this money and essentially just mismanaging all of it. And then we now know the lawsuits are in the works as well. And to add the cherry on top, some of her fans are already turning on her after her meeting with Erica Kirk, which I just covered as well. So not going very well. And we're going to see that audience continue to turn on her in the future. But I thank you for watching this video. Remember to like, comment, subscribe as well. Do all those things. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.